Okay. Okay. The topic is vector product. So the basic definition of the vector product is same which we have already. So what are the vector and the scalar product? Okay. Lecture number 3, vector product or class. The last was about the scalar product, and now we have about the vector product. Okay, what is the vector product? When two vectors are multiplied in such a way that their resultant is a vector quantity, then such a product is called vector product. So when the product, because when we multiply two vectors in such a way that their resultant is a vector quantity, then such a product is called vector product. Suppose if A and B are the two vectors having angle theta between them, then A cross B is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B, sine of angle into n hat. Because it is a vector quantity, it has some direction. So this gives you the direction, this gives you the magnitude. So where n hat is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. So it means if we have two vectors, suppose we have these two vectors, A cross B, then by definition A cross B is a vector quantity. So for vector quantities we need two things: magnitude of A, magnitude of B, sine of angle, and this is a direction, unit vector. So this gives the magnitude of A cross B, and this gives you the direction. Then, so if this is your vector A, this is your vector B, suppose theta is the angle between A and B. If we rotate anti-clockwise direction, then the resultant A cross B will be upward. It is normal to the plane. Suppose A and B lies on this page, then n hat will be like this. This is a normal vector perpendicular to both A and B. It is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. So if you rotate clockwise direction, then the normal will be in downward direction. Then this will be there. A, B, if you rotate from B to A, means clockwise direction, then the resultant will be in downward. This is your B cross. This is your resultant in downward. So according to the formula, this is the formula. Magnitude of A cross B is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B into sine. This is just the magnitude because this is the magnitude. See? This is the magnitude of A. This is the magnitude of the two vectors A and B. So if we talk about the magnitude is A cross B is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B into sine of angle. So let's see the next. So if you are interested in finding the sine of angle, then sine of theta is equal to A cross B over magnitude of A into magnitude of A. So you can find the sine of angle by using this. And theta will be sine inverse of norm of A cross B over magnitude of A into magnitude of A. If you want to find the unit vector, n hat, so it's a unit vector. in the direction of A cross B. So what is the definition of unit vector? Vector over magnitude. So n hat is a unit vector perpendicular to A and B, orthogonal to A and B. If the question, let's suppose there is a question, find a vector perpendicular to both vectors A and B, then it means you have to find the unit vector perpendicular to both A and B. So just A cross B is a vector perpendicular to both A and B, then divide it by magnitude. Vector over magnitude, you will get the unit. So this is a unit vector that is normal to the plane, and head is normal to the plane containing A and B. You already have these notes in your groups. Yesterday I loaded these notes in your WhatsApp group. See the next. Okay. What is the geometrical interpretation of it? What is the geometrical meaning of it? Basic topic. काफी दफा आप ये पढ़ चुके हैं. Let's suppose we have two vectors A and B. Suppose we have two vectors A and B. Okay, let's suppose we have two vectors A and B. Suppose this is vector A, this is vector B, this is the angle theta between two. Now extend the vector parallel to each other. For example, extend B parallel to B, extend parallel to A. So you will get this type of parallelogram. Now, suppose we are interested in finding the area of parallelogram. Now find the area of parallelogram. So area of parallelogram is formula is base into perpendicular. Draw the perpendicular from this point. If this is a vector B making angle theta, then this side will be B sine of theta. This is B, then this will be B sine of theta. Then this will become base. This base, this is perpendicular. So base is the length of this side. Along this side we have vector A. So it means the length of this side will be the magnitude of. And the perpendicular height is magnitude of sine of theta. So this will become magnitude of A cross B. So it means if A and B are the adjacent sides of the parallelogram, then A cross B will give you the area of this parallelogram. If you take the half of the parallelogram, you will get two triangles. So if you are interested in area of triangle, so it will be half of magnitude of A cross B. So, but the condition that A and B should be adjacent sides of the parallelogram. They should be the adjacent side. The side having one vertex common. ऐसी साइड जिसमें एक vertex common, that is called the adjacent side of the parallelogram. Okay, that was the geometrical interest. Means geometrically, the cross products give us the area of the parallelogram where A and B are the adjacent sides. If you take the half of the parallelogram becomes a triangle. So it means half of the A cross B gives the area of the triangle. Let's see that. Everything is there on the notes. So let's see the few properties. Let's revise the few properties. One is when you take the cross product with the same vectors, you will get the 0%. A cross B is never equal to B cross A because they are in opposite direction, which is negative minus 10. If A and B are in component form, then A cross B can be written in the form of determinant. First row ijk, in second you have vector k, in third you have vector c. By using this by the definition, we can apply. Usually we use the unit vector ijk along the coordinate axis, in x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So by by using these properties, I cross J is equal to K. So these are the properties. By applying definition I cross K, when you apply the definition, you will get K. J cross K is equal to I, K cross I. It's anti-cross. If you do clockwise, you have to multiply with negative. The same vectors, the cross product will be B. Property number 5. If A and B are two different vectors and their cross product is 0, none of them is a null vector, then this is only possible when the angle between, because the definition is, what is the definition? So if you see the definition of A cross B is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B, sine of angle between them into angle. This is the definition. So, a magnitude of A, magnitude sine of angle between them equal. So, if A cross B is 0, as A is not 0, B is not 0, the only possibility is this sine theta is 0. Sine theta is 0 means theta is equal to 0 or 180 degree. Which means vectors are collinear or parallel in the same direction or in the opposite direction. In this case, we have 180 degree angle. In this case, we have 0. So, it means if you want to prove two vectors are parallel, so the shortest way is that, one of the smartest ways is just take their cross product will be 0, then it means the vectors are parallel. Okay, let's see the next. Scalar triple product. So we have the cross product, now we have the scalar triple product. Just revision of the scalar triple product, then we will go on the exercise. Scalar triple product. See, as the cross product of two vectors is a vector, like A cross B is a vector. See, it's a cross product of two vectors. When this vector product is multiplied by a third vector, C, scalarly multiplied by a third vector, then such a product involving three vectors, and this is a vector, this is a vector, this is a scalarly multiplied with both these vector dot product. So this is called as three vectors involve scalar triple product, or it is called the box product. So definition is same, magnitude of first vector as that was in dot product, magnitude of second vector into cos of angle, because in dot product you have definition you have cos. Yes, there is a notation. You can also use the bracket notation A, comma B, comma C for this A cross B dot. You can write in this way, you can write in this is notation also. Yes, when you have this notation like A, B, C, then dot and cross element. This is one method. You can write A cross B dot C, and fine, you can write A dot B. Both the way, there is no problem, because dot and cross in scalar triple are interchangeable. Then there are the few properties. So that is a definition, and this is a property. If you write in the form of vectors, in the form of dot and cross, so you can put cross dot first, cross second, or cross second dot first, because dot and cross. So you can cyclically change. A cross B can be written as, if you start from A, then A, B, C. If you start from B, B से start करते हैं, so you can write B, C, A. If you start from C, you can C, A, B. So this is anti-clockwise. If you do it clockwise or randomly, अगर आप randomly किसी भी दो vectors को अपनी मर्जी से change करते हैं, then you have to put the negative. If the vectors are repeated due to cross product, due to cross product in the definition, the scalar product, triple product, gives you the 0. In case of repetition of any vectors in the scalar triple product. This is the third one. Let's see the fourth one. If in component form, if we have vector A, B, and C, and here now. So if you, what is the next property? 5. If the vectors are in component form a1i, a2j, a3j, b vector is equal to b1i, b2j, b3k, and c vector is equal to c1i, c2j, c3. Then scalar triple product will be a, b, c. You can write in the form of determinant. इसमें इसको आप डिटर्मिनेंट की फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हैं. फर्स्ट राइट फर्स्ट वेक्टर, फर्स्ट रो, सेकंड राइट सेकंड वेक्टर, सेकंड रो, थर्ड राइट थर्ड वेक्टर, c1 c2 c3. So this is the property of the scalar product. Sixth property: if a, b, c equal to 0, then mathematically we can say the vectors are coplanar. If the vector lies in the same plane, then these vectors are coplanar. If you want to prove three vectors are coplanar, just take the scalar triple product. If the answer is 0, then the vectors are coplanar. Second question arises, the main question, why it is called the box product. It is also called, if you see in your book, it is also called the box product. Why? See, if you draw a box, see here. Remember the definition. See, what was the definition of the scalar triple product? Magnitude of first vector, magnitude of second vector, and cos of magnitude. That was. See here. Now draw the box. If this session is done, please click the second session. We have 9 minutes. I am trying to cover this. So, okay, let's see the next. Okay, draw the box. Usually we draw the box in this way. Here. Yeah. So this is a box. Suppose we have the vectors along the sides. We have the three vectors here. This is origin. Suppose this is vector A. Here we have the vector B along the adjacent sides, adjacent corners, and this is the vector C. If you see in the base, you will see this is the base of the box. This is all base. So see, the base is a parallelogram, and if you remember the geometrical interpretation of the cross product or vector product, if there are the two adjacent sides along the parallelogram, so you see these are the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram, this and this, then this A cross B, magnitude of A cross B will give you the area of this parallelogram. Magnitude of A cross will give you the area of this parallelogram. So this is the area of the parallelogram. Okay. So what is the area of this box? In mathematics it is called box or parallelepiped. Base area is the volume of, if you are interested in finding the volume of this box or parallelepiped, the formula is the basic formula base area into perpendicular height. So this is the formula for the parallel. So base area is this one. Now the problem is the perpendicular. This is the base area. Magnitude of A cross. This is the base area. So this is the base. B and A are the adjacent side. When you take the cross product and magnitude, this will be the area of this parallel by using the geometrical interpretation of the cross product of the. Now see, now the problem is with the perpendicular. Now the question arises, how we will find the perpendicular height. Now this is the question. See, let's suppose, see this vector C is bending. Suppose this is making angle theta with, see this is A, this is B, and then their perpendicular height A cross B will be in this direction. Sorry, you can. So this is a vector C along this side, and this is the vector A cross B. So this is the situation. So there is an angle between A cross B and C. That is theta. If I represent here parallel to C, this is C, then this will also be C vector, and this will be the normal to this is A cross B. So this is your A cross B, and there is angle theta between C and A cross. If you draw the perpendicular from here, from this point, see, I'm drawing the perpendicular. In this plane. So this is a perpendicular. This is the vector C, and this is a perpendicular height. This will become magnitude of C cos of C, magnitude of C cos of same size, same height. So this is theta. Adjacent side is magnitude of C cos. This is your perpendicular height. So it means the perpendicular height is magnitude of C cos of. So this will be the value. If you remember the definition of the scalar triple product magnitude of A cross B, magnitude of C cos of theta, it means this is nothing. This is just a scalar triple product. It means the scalar triple product gives us the volume of this box, geometrically gives us the volume of this box. That's why it is called the box form. So if you have the three adjacent sides or co-terminal, mean there's if एक कार्नर कॉमन है, जब तीन साइड उस कार्नर को कहते हैं को कॉमन कार्नर. If there is a common corner between three vectors and there is a three vectors along these corners, take the scalar triple product, you will get the value. So this is the box. So जब वो तीनों साइडें कॉमन है, उनका स्केलर ट्रिपल प्रोडक्ट ले लें तो आपको वॉल्यूम मिल जाएगा. This was the geometrical meaning of this scalar triple. Next, as we know, see, there is a rhythm. Whenever you have two vectors, you can scalarly multiply, that is called scalar product or dot product. You can vectorically multiply, that is called the vector product or cross. If you have three vectors, one is A cross B, one is C. So this is one vector, this is one. If you scalarly multiply these three vectors, that is called the scalar triple. Yes, what happens if you vectorically multiply? So A cross B is a vector, C is a vector. When you take the cross product between them, that is called a vector triple cross. Please verify. A cross B cross C, there is a relation between them. So you first multiply this factor, इसका रिलेशन ये कि आपने पहले वेक्टर को बाहर वाले से ट्रांसफर किया, सेकंड वाला है, फिर माइनस सेकंड वाले को, the second one will be the dot and then the first. So this is a relation for vector triple. You can directly find the vector triple product by using the property of cross product, or by using, or you can second method, you can second way, you can find the vector product in this way. So that's a story about the dot and cross product of the two vectors and the three. So this is just a revision which you people done in your second year book for dot cross. So now this is about the revision. So this is done. So now